Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. Let's talk about the Arrowverse, my nemesis. And it is my nemesis. You see, I love the Arrowverse. That means Super, the DC, CDW, imagining of basically the Justice League. It is the equivalent of that. It was the best one that's been done since the Smallville. And so you've got the Arrow seasons with Arnell, then you've got the Flash, then you've got Supergirl, you've got Black Lightning, you've got the crossovers, you've got Legends of Tomorrow, which were excellent with Constantine in, and things like that. You've got this entire set of things, and me and Paola used to watch them. But when Paola got really ill, we had to stop. And I've always wanted to go through them. But anybody who knows the Arrowverse knows how big a giant, absolutely monumental mountain that is to climb. Not because they're bad to watch, but because there's that many episodes. There's roughly between 800 and 900 episodes. And you have to watch, if you want to watch them in order, you've got to watch them in a specific order. So you need all of the episodes. And I can't rely on Amazon Prime and all that kind of thing, because they take them down, they bring them back, so you're never going to get them. So quite a while ago, I started collecting the setup. And today, this arrived. Supergirl, the complete series. So, I now have pretty much the entire Arrowverse, except for a couple of web episodes that were released. I have them all. Now, this is such a big thing for me. This has been a nemesis for me because, I can't watch TV well, before these last 6 months, I hadn't been able to watch TV or sit down in my living room and that. I'm currently going through Babylon 5, rewatching. I'm in series 5 now, downstairs. And I'm slowly going through that. And once I've finished it, I want to start the Arrowverse. So now I have all the DVDs and all the Blu-rays that were available. It took me months to get them all together, because now that I've got my companion downstairs, the AI doll that allows me to convince my brain that there's someone there, that I'm not alone, I can actually sit, I can actually do this. So I will be starting watching this. And it is a monumental thing. It's a wonderful thing. If you can ever do it, it is wonderful, because DC has never been very good at films. It never has. I mean, they've done a lot of mistakes. DC could have kicked the ass of Marvel. I mean, we all look at even if you don't like the Marvel's Avengers series and the Iron Man, if you don't like their Cineverse, if you don't like superhero movies, you still can't deny that it's a masterclass in the slow build-up and creation of a set of films and that works so damn well together. By the time we had the Avengers film, where you had, I think it was 6 or 8 primary characters, you didn't have to introduce you didn't have to do the backstory, you didn't have to. Everybody knew. Everything had been brought in at a slow burn. Now, DC keeps doing the mistake of trying to cram everything in a movie. Cram 13 movies worth of backstory and that into one movie or 2 movies. And when it doesn't do well at the box office, they reboot and try again. Instead of sticking with those characters, instead of sticking with the actors, instead of driving it forward, they keep trying, and that's their mistake. You see, they had Smallville. Now, whether you like Smallville or not, it's fucking amazing the way it built up first of all, the interaction between Lois, Superman, and the Clark family, the Kent family, and Luther, and actually created amazing background. It's some of the best background story between those characters. And they could, way before Marvel, have taken those actors, and if they had been willing to pay them movie fees, they could have taken that and used it as a springboard to create a really good set of movies. Instead, they said, nah, we won't do that. Nobody wants to watch these movies on cinema. They don't do very well. And once again, the Arrowverse came along. And the Arrowverse, a very slow burn of the creation and introduction of Arrow, of the Flash, of Supergirl, of the other characters, of just bringing them in and creating this basis for a Justice League movie. And they never took it anywhere. But it is still one of my favourite sets. But I've never been able to watch it all the way through. And this is my printout. Of the timeline of how to watch it. You watch the first 2 Arrow seasons first. They're on their own because they were the first. Then at the end of Arrow season 2, you watch the pilot for the Flash, and then you watch the first of season 3 Arrow, and then you slowly go through all the way through that season. And then there's when you get to the end of when you get to the 7th episode, 8th episode of Arrow, and the season 3, and the 8th episode of the Flash season 1, Flash versus Arrow, then those are 2 like crossovers there. You watch them together, and then you continue on. And then as you go through all the pages, Supergirl is introduced, and all that. And then you have the Elseworld, the massive 4-episode crossovers. And then there's Legends of Tomorrow that intermingles with it all. And even Supergirl. I mean, not Supergirl, even Batgirl, or Batwoman. I never remember when that one. But yeah. It is, and Black Lightning. So all of these are wonderful episodes, and I want to watch the entire Batwoman. So yeah, so I've got here over almost 900 episodes to go through, and I will be able to start them soon. So yeah, that is like my nemesis. That is something I've wanted to do for so long. I've had to wait so long to be able to get together all the parts, so I can watch them offline, so I don't have to worry about trying to watch them on some streaming service, because I'm actually moving away from streaming services. The cost of streaming services is crazy. Now I'm lucky because for a year I got access to Disney Plus as part of a deal that you get with a Samsung phone. And I have Netflix as part of my Sky subscription. So I'm going to keep my Netflix going. I even get Paramount as part of that, so I don't even have to pay for that. So if I leave all that there, I'm going to cancel pretty much everything else. Because it's silly that you're paying for all these different ones. You're ending up paying more than we used to pay for cable services. And so this is why over the past months, and part of what happened in December, I've been reconstituting a lot of my Blu-rays and everything that got lost in the move. I've I've got all my old series so I can watch them over and over again. I'm thinking because I don't want someone else to tell me which episodes I can watch. I don't want someone else to tell me which episodes are going to be delicensed and removed from the system. No. I want to have the entire season so I can go through them myself at my leisure and not worry about one or two of them disappearing. I paid for them. The only movies and stuff I have that is torrented was ones that are no longer available to buy. And those ones, or I bought the movie and then I torrented it because the torrented version was better codec and more efficiently done and better looking than if I had tried to rip my version of my thingy. So that's the only reasons I ever did that. So yeah, let's gonna do another video after this. My watch has died. I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all that my watch is dying. I will be looking into it and see what I can do about it, but yay, my watch has died.